People of the internet, welcome back to another video. It is I, Don Thomas, back in here with another one. As always, folks, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic, folks. I got a video pulled up here. Comes from Amalek Benobi. I've reacted to a few videos of hers before, in which it's entitled, "Do Men Hate Women Deep Down?" Of course, I see a title, see a thumbnail, jumps out to me. Piques my interest, so I wanted to see a little bit of what this was about. Again, of course, we know us millennials and Gen Zers, where the dynamic between men and women seems to be constantly changing. And the dating scene, and men saying there's no good women, women are saying there's no good men. I want to get a little bit of context and see if it's men that really do hate women. I'll be sure to share my thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let's get a little bit more insight.
I don't know if there's something in the water these days, but I'm getting video after video of women saying, I am done with men. I'm not dating you. I'm not hanging out with you. You do nothing for me. In fact, you don't even like me. So today we're gonna react to a few of those videos and see if they have a point. Let's talk about it. Guys, before we get into today's video, please like and subscribe. Yes, as I said, I'm getting video after video of women saying we are done with men. And these are young women, maybe in their early 20s, saying, you know what? I don't need a man in my life. I'm happy with my female friends. I don't want kids. I don't want to settle down. I laugh at the male loneliness epidemic. So today, we're going to react to these women, see what points they're making and why they are done with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. Here's number one.
Has there been a shift in men the last few years, or are we all just like more aware? I'm in my early 20s. A lot of my friends are like gorgeous girls in their early 20s. Like, women just don't really like men anymore. Speaking from like personal experience, like I haven't dated in like 2 years. No man interests me. And every girl I talk to feels the same way. Like if I meet a girl and she's single, she's like, yeah, I don't really date because like I don't really care. I know that we say that like women hate men, but like men genuinely hate women. And like it's not a joke. Women that they hate the most are the ones that they're supposed to love. So like, ew. But I feel like you see way more now, like girls in their 20s, later 20s that like have never had a boyfriend. Like, is it just me? Because that's how I feel.
I mean, I do see this as a young woman who's living in Los Angeles currently. I am seeing a lot of women who say like, I'm on a celibacy journey, or I'm not going to be with a man. They're not doing anything for me. I need to get to know myself a little more, you know, this, that, and the third. I'm also hearing a lot of women say that men just absolutely hate them. They do not like them. And I don't know where that information is coming from. There seems to be a sort of collective consciousness waking up amongst young women where they're getting this idea that men don't like them, don't appreciate them, and aren't doing anything for them. And I have to feel that maybe it's the societal structures that we have set in place right now that are evening the playing field between men and women, at least when it comes to socioeconomic status and education, that may be leading to this. You know, women are on track to out-earn men. They are out-educated in comparison to men. And I feel like women are making these subtle calculations in their mind right now that they're making their own money, they're educated, they're doing everything they need to do for their own lives. They feel like they're safe within that space, and letting a man enter that space is not necessarily doing anything for them.
Pause it right there real quick, man. Interesting. Is that the case? Fellas, do we hate women deep down? Speaking for myself, that couldn't be further from the truth. And it's sad. Like I see narratives like this and it upsets me, man, because it's like, if this is the direction our society is heading, if this is the mindset that the younger generation is embracing, what does that mean for the family structure moving forward? What does that mean for society as a whole moving forward? If I've said it once, I've said it a million times before, folks. I love women, man. I never want to be the guy on the internet. Of course, you know, there's different sectors on the internet. You hear these podcasts and you got the red pill and this, that, and the other of men bashing women and this, that, and the other. I'm all for accountability. Now, will I honestly say that, yeah, there probably is a growing amount of men that are no longer tolerating the BS that you women seem to be serving up as of late? Yeah, of course. Men are respecting themselves. Men are focused on their personal development and their careers and this, that, and the other. Yeah, I think there's a growing population of men that are putting women as not the primary focus, but maybe the second or third, or whatever the case is, which I'm all for. But to go as far as say that men hate women, I don't know. I would have to disagree. And again, maybe that's from my POV. Again, the woman that was in that previous clip was speaking that she's in her early 20s, whatever the case is, and She hasn't had a boyfriend or been in a relationship in the past 2 years. Oh, me and my attractive friends don't even want to deal with dudes, this, that, and the other. Men annoy us, this, that, and the other. Sometimes I wonder if that rhetoric is coming from a place of hurt. Maybe one heartbreak too many, and you feel like you're done, so you throw your hands up and say, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Just piss in a dating pool, this, that, and the other. We've been hearing this rhetoric for some time now, to be completely honest, that there's piss in the dating pool and celibacy and abstinence and this, that, and the other. Like, I'm all for being responsible and being intentional with the people that you're trying to form relationships with. I'm all for that. But I don't like the disdain. I don't like the hurt that I'm hearing in a lot of these people, both men and women, when saying that they don't want to deal with the opposite gender. So I don't know, folks. Again, I posed the question to you all as well, man. What does this mean for society moving forward if nobody wants to be vulnerable? Nobody wants to, have proper etiquette when it comes to courting men and women and vice versa, whatever the case is. What does it mean for the family structure? What does it mean for, just society as a whole moving forward if men aren't interested in women and women aren't interested in men? We're already seeing these stats that have been coming out of late, of course, as the decline in the human population. I think I did a video not too long ago as well, too, as to some of the reasons why women are choosing not to have children. You're hearing movements in South Korea as far as the 4B movement, where women are basically saying the same thing. They want no parts to do with the men. And I feel like people are entitled to their reasons, but as a collective, I feel like this is a sad tale. So I'll pose the question again, fellas. Do we hate women deep down? Me personally, man, I love women. I like the female counterpart. I like the idea of having a female counterpart. When done correctly, as I've said 100 times before, I think there's nothing more. There's no greater tag team. There's no greater union, in my personal opinion, than the union between a man and a woman. When done correctly. In a healthy relationship, when a man is confident and he's done the work and he's become the best version of himself, and a woman has also done the same thing, has worked on herself, I think when those two come together, it's a beautiful thing. So are we maybe saying that people are just not doing the work? Are we saying that maybe, because again, I like holding both parties accountable, man. I feel like, fellas, yeah, sometimes we do these women a little bit dirty. Whereas, some emotional blows might be too hard for them to recover from, and maybe they're scarred from their previous relationship. And you could be a guy that has the purest of intentions, but maybe the guy before you with this girl maybe did her wrong, whatever the case is, and she now has a wall so high up that she's afraid to get close and interact with you and this, that, and the other. But ladies, on the flip side of that, man, some of y'all do a number on some of us brothers as well too. Whether you having unrealistic expectations, whether you are also cheaters, whatever the case is, because I feel like there's always a narrative that it's only the men that are cheating and having, multiple women, whatever the case is, but we never talk about the women who live that same lifestyle. We never talk about the women who have multiple dudes on standby, who go on these dates and get flew out or whatever the case is, and all this extra stuff. I think it's both parties. So is it a generational thing? We're hearing about the growing number of people not wanting to get married and have kids. Is it a generational thing? Is it just millennials and Gen Z that are looking at it like, to hell with it? So I don't know. I don't want to know what to make of it. Of course, Mala looks like she'll go in a little bit more. I think she has a few more TikToks that she'll share as well too. The video is fairly a little bit more longer, but of course, I like to just get a little bit of context from these videos and kind of post some ideas, post some questions, and encourage you guys to share your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you make of this? Fellas, holla at me in the comment section. Do we hate women? I don't. Ladies, are you truly fed up with dudes? Are you done with dating? Is it something that doesn't interest you anymore? Or are you somebody that is trying to find male companionship? Are you hoping that your Prince Charming will one day approach you so you can have that beautiful wedding and that beautiful family and that house and this, that, and the other, whatever that looks like for you? I'm just a little bit concerned, again, if this is a mindset that the generation is embracing, what does that mean for our society moving forward? If we're losing all the values that come with starting a family and getting in relationships and all the lovey-dovey stuff that happens, if all the men and all the women start throwing their hands up and saying that they're done with the opposite sex, then what does that mean for society moving forward? It's a little bit worrisome. But I still have hope, and I hope you do as well too. Whatever your dating experience is or your outlook on life, man, I hope it's backed in rationale and not, one bad experience from one bad person. Don't let one bad apple ruin the whole bunch, fellas. Ladies as well to you guys as well too. Don't let one bad interaction with a man make you feel like all men are dogs and that there's no hope. But I am, for sure, all for personal development. Of course, we do talk about philosophy, self-improvement, and the culture on this channel. So self-improve first. Be a version of yourself that's worthy to date. Become a version of yourself that somebody would actually want to join forces with and be, considered a solid companion. I think that's the first thing we need to be doing. Before you start hopping out there in the dating pool, make sure you have done the work within yourself so you are an ideal candidate for that person that you're trying to attract, right? Those are my thoughts. Of course, I want to hear yours down in the comment section below. As always, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. I will catch you on the next one.